The accounts are out, and yeah, gotta remember these accounts are during the COVID time, so let's see what they are. Hi guys, and welcome to the video. You can like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I much appreciate it. Liking help the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing let me know you like the content. And if you want more Sheffield Wednesday content, Talking Wednesday podcast out every Tuesday at 5 p.m. So today at 5 p.m. it'll be out, and it's on all podcast platforms. So, and the account we will be discussing on there, not today's episode, but the next episode after that, possibly, because it'll be big talking point with the game as well. So the accounts are out. It's glad that they're out and we're not hanging around for them. But please remember that with this, everybody's accounts are going to be really bad due to the COVID loss. So we lost about 1 to 2 million per week due to COVID. And I'm getting this from the Price of Football, Kieran Maguire. The total losses by the sale of the stadium a few years ago now stands at 124 million over the years. The main funding was from the instalment from the stadium of 15 million. The way bill got brought down by a massive ton, down 9 million, but still 209 of every £100 of income. Furlough brought it in at 761k. And the cost of the squad fell from 19 million to 2 million with so many players leaving. And it's one of these things, a lot of clubs lost a lot of money during these times. Let's not beat around the bush. So one of the things I'm intrigued and really interested about was the energy carbon report. The club employed a constant carry-out to energy assessment in May 2019, which gave recommendations how it could reduce its annual energy consumption. A number of recommendations were identified in the club and looking to implement these over the next couple of years, and had to date started ongoing program of replacing the LED lamps and sensory lamps, monitoring the temperature with the under-soil pitch heating used to reduce gas consumption, replacing taps to automatic cut off in the toilets around the stadium. A new undersoil heating boiler was installed during the autumn of 2021. So we had a new system. We knew about this, that was going to get sorted. It got sorted at last. A more fuel efficient model. New LED floodlights are planned to be installed in the start of the 2022-23 season, which will reduce the electricity consumption of the floodlight by 80%, which is brilliant. Match day radios are turned off between matches, and all kiosks and consoles are powered down after each match, including till system refrigeration installed pumped in the water to use single plastic and electronic vehicle charging points at the training ground. All waste deposit is separately sorted to either recycling glass, paper, cardboard, food waste in general. An annual electricity deposit in anticipation of wasted cooking or collecting and recycle. Beer liners are cleared to put the air to save through saving rings and also help save water. The stadium pitch irrigation requirements are measured by electronic moisture probe, and the water is controlled by a computer with moisture reading taken daily, which is also good. But you've got to remember that we have started to see, we knew that this account were going to be bad. We knew this was going to be a bad one due to COVID, due to going down because we lost a lot of money. So there has been some people reaching out to the right people to talk about this. The Star has done very good work on this. Yeah, again, they're always very good when it comes to this kind of work. Alex Miller have been talking to Kieran Maguire, the Price of Football, to give us a little bit of a better way of how to talk about it. So the headline take, the eye-catching figure is a loss of 25 million up from 24, but that's understanding on the 2019-20 season with the link to COVID and total loss of match day revenue. The wage bill did come down last season. They were still spending 209 for every £100 of income. Scary on two levels, that number itself, but also there are clubs in champions that are far worse than Wednesday. The wage bill came down considerably in clear number. Big ticket players left, 18 million worth of players in terms of the cost. They've not quoted the COVID losses per se, but no evidence that has they done an Everton to do it. The More important thing is that they're fully aware that EFL are quite forensic in their approach, and the Wednesday has appeared to do the sensible thing. Now, you've got to remember, these are the players who left. The wage salary for the club dropped from 30 million to 21 from previous season, tumbling to 9 million. So it was Fortieri, Fletcher, Lee, Newhugh, Winnell, Fox. We changed it completely. I don't know what the business model in terms of bonuses are on terms, but I reckon when they're paying on average about 11 million per week, and the division averages about 15. Wentworth used to be a fairly big club in the championship, and the way we're coming down, it makes sense considering all the things we've had, the impact with FFP in the past. 7.5 million to 1.5 million was the loss in TV money. Let's talk about the stadium. So they were still owed 30 million by Chancery. He paid a huge chunk of that back, 7 million per year, and made a big installment earlier because it needed for the significant losses. He's already paid back for installment, essentially half the sale process of the stadium. It's notable that the club have been paying him 5.5 million, which he re-lent out, and that's at 1.5 million a year. Now, this is a bit that people will be interested about. So, when they've been done by the FFP point deduction before, is there any chance of that happening? Panic not when to find, though the idea the club will be able to be ramped in the transfer market in the summer might have to be parked. By the time you factor in COVID allowance, they're just about okay, Maguire said. That if they're promoted back to the championship, though, playoff, they will not be in a position to blur because they don't have a lot of headroom with respect to FFP to begin with. So we're going to have to be sensible again when we get to the championship. If we get to the championship in the playoffs, that is. I'm saying when we get there because I'm in my head, I think we're going to do okay, but it's the playoffs, you never know. So we need to basically do the same thing we've done this campaign where we've looked at different players and not spent stupid amounts of money. This is an interesting one. He looked for a sustainable model. The way build 25 million would have to come down to make the club sustainable, probably by another 10 million, and a year in League One may allow the club to reset. The problem is once we get back up there, you've got to start looking at bigger budgets. The average wage bill is 32, somewhere in the region 14 to 15 million where we would have to compete. You can do it. They'll look at Luton and Coventry and the ways of doing it. So we have to look into that. But under circumstances like frightening that the club lost 500,000 per week, really don't see anything else that could have been affected because they had such a big wage budget. Wages on the player and the books, and nobody won't take them off the wages. They survived the season, they're still in existence, and they're now in a better position if they come up to work towards a more sustainable model going forward. That's what we all want. We want a better model going forward. So hopefully we can have that happen and things go in the right direction again. It's that whole situation. We knew it wasn't going to be great because of it, but we lost a lot of money due to the COVID aspect, and a lot of clubs did as well. And at the end of the day, I will put a link in the description for people to have a read, see what they think for the account. But the accounts are out, and it's interesting reading, let's be honest. But at the same time, it's not unsurprising with what's come out. Yes, it is nice to see certain things are getting sorted. If we didn't have Dale Stadium, we could have been in a hell of a lot more trouble. Let's be honest there as well. So we will see what happens over the next coming year with it, because he has said he wants to make it a more sustainable way of running the club. So just because the transfer embargo that we had this season it's going to be lifted next season doesn't mean it's going to be full out mega buck going out and spending. It seems like Chancery's starting to figure out how he wants to run the club, how he wants to try and fund it and stuff. But it's going to be interesting. The accounts are always fun. I will leave a link in the description below for people to see. But they're some of the talking points that I found that I think you'll all find quite interesting. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.